Today I am tackling Burger Time, the arcade version. My goal today is just to beat the second level. Not very difficult from the outset, but it's a tricky little game and the controls prove irritating at times. You see, I just get stuck there at the top of that ladder. That'll happen a lot. You press left, you press right, you press up, you press down. They don't always go exactly where you want them to. And there's a sweet spot where the line goes a dark colour that you're able to turn. Most of the time I'm bang on, I can do it no problem, but when it's a crunch moment, I do tend to panic and get stuck. So the basic notion of Burger Time is to build your burgers all down the bottom. So you're going to knock each individual piece, the bun, the lettuce, the patty, all the way to the bottom. If you run over the top of it, it'll fall one level. It'll then bump into the next one if there's something below it, and it'll drop that another level. However, things will only move one level at a time. That is unless you can get a little sausage or a fried egg or lettuce, as I think is in one of the later levels. If you can get them to fall with the item, they then add extra weight and won't go all the way to the bottom, but it does knock them through 3? I think it goes down 3 levels as opposed to just the 1. I could be wrong, it'll end up being just 2. No, 3, there we go, we just saw it. I'm armed with 5 little rounds of pepper. You just heard the wee chick, that's the pepper. That'll stun an enemy. Not for very long, only like 4 seconds or so. That's a handy way of getting them on top of the items, and they drop down. But it is possible to knock the item down with the enemy on it without having stunned them. Or you can see there, I thought I had him stunned. No, sorry, I did stun him, but I thought I had him on the item, but he wasn't. He was like one rung on the ladder lower. And of course, you can drop an item on the heads of something that'll kill them. I thought just trying to count how long that little sausage is for. I think it's only about 4 seconds, 5 at the most. So I have to get the 4 elements of the burger down to the little trays at the bottom. It's surprisingly stressful, and I do get ganged up quite a lot. You'll see the items appear in the middle of the screen, like a little ice cream or a little cup of coffee, and that's, no matter what it is, it's an extra round of pepper that you can use. And if one of the items falls with an enemy on it, it kills the enemy as well. I do find I have to go quite far around on occasions to avoid the gangs of enemies. Stuck at the bottom, keep going. Gotta lead him a little merry dance, get him away from where I want to be. And there I got stuck, and well, I think there was 3 different sacks, 3 ladders that were coming up. I was never going to get too far. That first sausage will either go straight ahead or go up the ladder, and it doesn't seem to matter what I do. He's going to do whatever it is he's decided to do beforehand. Nice little knock on to get the fried egg. So that's 3. I got it. That was impressive. That worked well for me, that move. Sometimes the best strategy is to get up just to the top, try and lure a few enemies onto the bun, and try and drop them. As you can see, that's almost... Yeah, so I've just got that one final burger bun to drop in that first core. Our hero's name, and he is a hero, is Peter Pepper. So this is a Data East arcade game. They've made tons of great games, as I'm sure you're aware. The console version of this, the only one I've played, is the Super Nintendo one. And I didn't love it. It doesn't play as well as this arcade version does. I'm not sure where I played this first. But I've got it here on MAME, and that's the version I tend to go back to. Although my MAME unit is on an original Xbox, so I just play out of that, capture the footage here. And this is level 2, my first time getting to level 2. It's an awkward shape. Why did they decide to leave that? I've got no pepper left, and they're about to box me into a corner. I'm away. See, that little sausage ran away from me, even though he had me. Extra pepper. It's unlucky not to kill him there. So sometimes they feel like they're chasing you, and on other occasions they feel like they have no idea where you are. It's me stuck on the first rung. It's very frustrating when that happens. And the little short ladders, they're quite irritating as well, especially when they're over the top of a food item. And there's me getting stuck on the first rung again. I don't think it's my... I tried switching over between the D-pad and the analog stick, and it seems to happen with both of them. I think it's just within the game's design. Perhaps the original joysticks that on the cabinet were a bit more... not responsive, but reliable. That was a good little kill collapse. That worked well. I don't know how long they wait before replacing the enemy. And there's me stuck in the first rung again. Yep, it's the same first rung. I get better. Just have to get worse before I get better. And again, this was a particularly bad spell. And there he goes, up instead of right. Quite a wide range on the pepper, but frustrating when you think you've got him on the food item, but you don't. And now, yeah, well, I'm not sure what my plan was there, but I don't think I had one. Oh, you actually get off the fried egg, got off the bap and climb back up the ladder. I didn't realise they did that. This is a nice run. 1 life left. Now I'm going to have to lead them a little merry dance. And then just the bap and the lettuce. Straight up the middle. The goal again. As I said, my technique is just to get to the top. Try and hopefully knock a few of them down. Oh, but yeah, out of pepper. That's the problem when I get to the second level. I've often used all my pepper. That's just stupid. I don't know why I didn't drop that sausage. But no pepper. So, right. Let's see if I can do any better this time. A sausage and egg kill sandwich. I think the lore to this game is that Peter Pepper's restaurant is going under, and this is us trapped in his nightmares. Using too much pepper. Two stacks done. Stuck. Nice. No lives lost. But only 1 pepper remains. And that was daft. Straight to the top. And that's the little short ladders, the food. They make things tricky. Another sausage and egg death sandwich. Yeah, they were ganging on me. I had no pepper left. Okay, well I had a break here for 15 minutes to try and compose myself, and now I'm tackling it again. And off to a good start. Maybe not that good a start, that was diabolical. 1 sausage down. At least I'm developing a bit of a technique for level 1. More pepper. Two stacks complete. Three stacks complete. Stuck in the ladder. I thought I had completed that when I hadn't, obviously, but just one more bit to go. And I wasted my pepper. Back to level 2. Straight to the top. Try and lure in some unsuspecting sausages. Get boxed in. Die with no more lives remaining. Lovely stuff. Exactly as planned. That's me dumping more coins in, virtual coins. Comes from every time. And then we'll drop this patty on his head. See how he likes that. See if we can get the lettuce on this freak. Perfect. Follow me, sausage. And that's where my technique of going to the top, learning some food, definitely the best approach. If I can half knock off the item and then force some food to come on with me, then it'll carry it 3 rows down. Because there's parts in level 2 that are much more difficult, and I would benefit from having some pepper. That was super quick. And I'll run up the ladder before the jingle is even finished. The benefit of having pepper in my pocket, which I think was an Alanis Morissette song. Let's see if we can drop a dose on these fools. There's one squash sausage. I'll not get that coffee cup, unfortunately. That's it, get to the top. I have to really drag them away. Fried egg will help me. Right. Up to the top, round, down. And there's not a huge amount to finish. Last bone. Bingo. Well, that, if I'd been in an actual arcade, what was that, like 10 lives or something I used, that would have absolutely ruined me. But it didn't. And yeah, I've been able to reach the 3rd level, which, as you can see, has lettuce. Constantly flipping lettuce. And I think that's supposed to be a slice of tomato on the burger, or a tomato burger. Don't know. And as you can see, I'm getting nowhere on level 3 because this is an absolutely brutal ship. And I don't really stand a chance. But thank you for watching, and I will try and post something up again very soon.